Hi, welcome to the overview for Neighbor Network, which is our new website starting February 1st of 2021. So we're going to have a little conceptual overview here, some of the terms and ideas and how Neighbor Network is going to work. So we're going to start with going through a little bit of a glossary here. We're going to show some of Neighbor Network. The first thing is a group. Now, everyone here is familiar with the word group, but we're altering it a little bit. It's everything in Neighbor is called a group. So whether you're a charter club or an interest group, you're a group or Neighbor network. And what we're doing is using the title of a group to signify which one's a club, which one's a group. We're also adding specialty groups. For example, we added a group called fitness. So in the fitness group is where we have the calendar of all the classes, description of the classes. There's a place to chat amongst people who are part of the fitness group, etc. So that is still being tweaked a little bit and it'll be adjusted as we go through time. The next term is something called a post. If you're familiar with Facebook, you know how to post. And this is a long term, this is the way we used to communicate back by nailing posts to telephone poles. So you post a message and then people will reply to your message. And this way you can have conversations over a certain topic. So posts are done within a group. So if you're part of, say, the bocce group, a bocce club, sorry, you'll be able to post a question, receive an answer from the various people that are part of that group, and go from there. So we're removing emailing from groups to residents and vice versa. Everything will be a post, and people will be able to reply to a post. There's a term called feed. You're going to see this term within Neighbor Network. It's called a feed. It simply means a collection of posts within a group. There's also something called a channel. A channel pretty much are HOA categories of posts because the HOA will be posting, residents will be posting, and you have audiences for each one. So some of the channels, not some, these are the channels that are going to be part of Neighbor Network. So when the homeowner association staff or board members want to make a post, they place it in one of these 5 categories. So they're pretty straightforward: association news, watch alerts, things like changes to the mowing schedule, plowing schedule. Social pretty much is lifestyles, frequently asked questions, and lost and found, where we'll be able to, homeowner HOA staff will be able to post now lost and found items rather than just have a box at the chateau, which is not going away. It's just a different way to communicate. So that's the word channel. That's what that means. And then finally is the community feed. This is every post by every resident and every HOA staff member, board member, anybody who has access to Neighbor. Their posts go into the community feed. It could be big, it could be long, and it could be very, very lengthy, if you will. So we're going to go into a little bit of an example on how to limit that, but these are the terms we need to become familiar with. Group we have, post I think we're good. Feeds are a collection of posts, and then of course categories. They call them channels. I prefer categories, but I guess at this point it is what it is. Oh, and there is a specialty channel, if you will, called classifieds, where residents, everyone can post, I have this for sale, or I have this to give away, whatever, and then people will be able to reply to your posts inside classifieds. So these are some of the terms to become familiar with. So everyone's posting. How do you know there's going to be a post? How do you know the homeowners association just posted something about mowing or a coyote sighting? Pick a topic. Well, every time there is a post, Neighbor sends out a notification to you. And you can receive these notifications by email. Some of them you can get by text message. And if you install Neighbor Network on your mobile device, you can get a mobile device notification, just like you do notifications for text messages, etc. Potentially, there could be a lot of posts. I'm sorry, a lot of notifications. But inside the notification, there will be a link. You can click on the link and it takes you directly to the group or the channel or the feed where that post is located, so you'll be able to read it. Or the second way to find posts is just simply go to the group that you are a member of and read the posts. Or you can also go to the community feed, which would be pretty much, you have to look at the community feed as all the posts pertaining to you and only to you. So when you go to the community feed, you're going to be able to see all the association posts along with all the posts from all the groups that you have joined. If you have not joined the community choir, for example, you will not see or be notified about their posts. So community feed now becomes your interests. What do you want to know about the happenings at Britton Falls? The nice part about the community feed is that you can limit it by just one channel from the HOA, or you could just see group posts within your community feed. Community feed should be a very key point of your use of Neighbor Network. Go to community feed, you'll see all the happenings that pertain to you. And then the problem is, like I said, every time there's a post, you get notified. You'll probably get overwhelmed in the beginning. And you'll probably think, I get way too many notifications from Neighbor Network. The good news is you can adjust your own notifications. And we're going to show you how this works. You go to My Account, Settings, and for every type of notification you receive, you could decide, how do you want to be notified? Do you want to get an email? Do you want to get a text? Do you want a mobile notice? And you can change them. So one of the first things you want to do is go to My Account, go to Settings, look at Notifications, and decide how often would you like to get a post from the source. So how often do you want association news? You want them immediately, once a week? I don't want any. And this is available, at least 4 options here are available for every different type of post that is in the community feed. So you're in control of how often and how you receive your notifications from Neighbor. So we're going to flip over to Neighbor Network here a little bit for a minute, and we're going to come here to the, let me get into a larger screen here so everyone can see it. This is the list of groups in Neighbor Network. It is in, I'm going to click on groups. This is the list of groups within Neighbor Network. These are all the ones that were brought over from the portal, and you can scroll through these to find the group you have an interest in and read about the groups. If you like to join a group, click on the join button. If you like to view the group, just click on view, see what's going on in that group. You can still join it by adding here. I think I will do that. Always get a confirmation from Neighbor Network. And here is the group feed with all the posts. Now, I posted this for Greg Keffer because I have access and Greg doesn't right now. This was his end of the year and beginning of the year notice that went out to the club. So I just copied it and pasted it here as a post. But you can see this is a post. It has a title. It identifies who's made the post. And down here at the bottom, I can click on reply, ask a question, add more information, etc. Here's another post. This one started by Kathy about polar bear bocce. This was back when we were testing it back in the end of December. Does anybody want to do this? Sure, sounds like good. So you have a little conversation going over a topic with these posts and these feeds. Now I'm going to go over here to community feed because I talked about that a little bit. This is my community feed. These are the things that I have signed up for. These are the things that I want to look at. So FAQs, as I mentioned, is a channel. So this is a homeowner. I posted these for the HOA. We're going to change that before we go live. And you just scroll through your community feed. Here's a post under the social channel from Kathy. And any group that may have posted under here. Here's a post under the Bocce Club. Same post I looked at, but it's here on the community feed. Like I said earlier, this could be very long. So I can come up here to the top, click on View Post by Topic. I can just look at association news. I could just look at the watch alerts. Or I can just take a look at, I only want to see posts from the group. So you can easily look through your view of the world, the things that matter only to you, and read what is happening in Britton Falls. So we've covered community feed, group feeds, posts, just the basics. There'll be other videos to discuss in detail more of the features of Neighbor Network. We appreciate your listening and taking the time.